let's make some spicy pulled beef sliders for a terrific New Year's appetizer. Now, a lot of people don't consider sliders appetizers. Well, they can be a meal too, but these are going to be nice little sliders on pretzel buns, going to be delicious. And they're going to be spicy because from the beginning to the end, we're kicking up the heat. Now, if you don't want spicy, remove the spice. Change the things that you're going to use to not have that heat level be so high. Now, first thing we're going to do is we've got to get some of our accompaniments ready. One of those are some quick pickled jalapenos. So let's get going. We're going to slice these because they're going to top our sliders as one of our heat components. Going to take the ends off. And I'm just going to slice these. I'm going to leave the core and the seeds in there. If you want to take those out, go ahead. Just like that. Going to move those all to the side here. Give my board a quick wipe. Got a little container here, and we're going to start with 3/4 cup of apple cider vinegar. If we need to add more, we will. To this, I'm adding a teaspoon of granulated white sugar and 1/2 teaspoon of kosher salt. Going to give this a little mix. And we're going to start putting our jalapeno pieces in here. And we're going to add more apple cider vinegar to cover. Just until we get up to the top of those jalapenos. Right about like that. Just press them down in there. Again, this is quick pickling. We're not going to have to go through a whole bunch of steps here. All right, I'm going to get a lid on this, and these are just going to go in the refrigerator and just sit there all day until our spicy barbecue beef sliders are ready to be topped. Next up, we got to chop an onion. This is a whole yellow onion. Get that outer layer off. I'm going to get any of the green core out of there. And this is going to be going in with our beef as it cooks. That's looking good. It is time to get our beef cooking. So for making this pulled beef today, we're going to be using the slow cooker, but actually it's a 2-step process. If you don't want to do it this way, I'll give you an alternate method. But what I have here is about a 3.5 pound chuck roast. Yesterday, I smoked this up for a couple hours out on the kettle just to give it some nice color, to let it absorb some smoke. I used some red oak wood for smoke. Then I wrapped it in foil and put it in the refrigerator overnight. That allows us to get some of that smoky flavor in here without having to do the entire cook outside. Plus, a slow cooker in the winter, much easier. Now let's say you don't want to do that 2-step process. Take your chuck roast, sear it off on all sides in a pan on the stove, then pop it in the slow cooker just like we're going to do today. And I would go then for maybe 3 hours at high and switch it to low after that. We're going to be going for a total of 9 hours on low temp on the slow cooker today. So let's get started. Onions are going in first. Then our chuck roast on top of them. Now, while the chuck roast was wrapped in foil, some of the juice came off of it. That's in this container right here. We're going to add it right in. And to keep it spicy, when I seasoned the chuck roast, I used this jalapeno hot rub from Backyard Barbecue. Now I'm going to add 16 ounces of barbecue sauce. Pick your favorite barbecue sauce. I'm using this Somerset Farm homemade barbecue sauce. I'm also going to add a 1/4 cup of water. We're also going to add 2 teaspoons of red pepper flakes. So we're going to get the lid on and let this go. We'll come back in say 4 or 5 hours, give it a look, probably turn the chuck roast over and see how it's doing. But this is already smelling good and it ain't even started. So I'll see you back here in a bit. Well, we've been going 4 hours now, and let me tell you something. I know this is not going to be ready, but the aroma coming off this is just amazing. Let's go ahead and take a look and just see how our tenderness is coming along. Looking good. What I'm going to do is take 2 forks, and we're just going to kind of get down in there and twist it and see how it's feeling. Well, it's starting to feel pretty good. Still needs more tenderizing. It's just the same as if we were out on the smoker and waiting for it to be tender. It still has more time. We only took it about a third of the way yesterday when I was smoking this out there, just going until I had the color and texture I liked. Just giving it enough time to get that smoke flavor. It would have probably taken another 3 or 4 hours outside. And in this slow cooker, it's a different environment. So we've still got many more hours to go. Tenderness will tell us when this is done, when it just shreds easily. But what I want to do right now is turn this over in here. Just give everybody a quick little stir. So the lid's going back on. We'll come back probably in about 5 hours and give it a check. It'll probably be pretty close to done right then. See you back here a little later. We've been going just about 9 hours, and about an hour ago, I just kind of went in to give it a stir and move things, and it started to fall apart. So I'm pretty sure at this point we're going to be ready, but let's take a look. I'm saying that that's sort of tender and coming apart nicely here. Look at that. Now we're going to be making sliders from this, but you could use this for anything. You could put this over rice, in a baked potato. There's some good sauce here. This is looking really good. I'm going to get a little taste before we build that slider. Let's see. That is nice, and it does have a nice kick. So this is perfect. Exactly what I wanted. I'm going to get some of this meat out of here and build some sliders. So I have the bottom halves of my slider buns here, and we're just going to start building these sliders with several different ingredients. First thing I want to do is put a little bit of arugula on the bottom bun here, just so we can pretend we're eating a salad. But also, I really like arugula. I love the peppery bite that it has. And I'm not going to pile a ton on here, just a bit. I also want to put some yellow bell pepper that I've sliced into matchsticks. Sort of a bit of a julienne on these. Now some of our spicy pulled beef. You can put as much as you want, pile it high. Got some of our onions in here too that were part of that braising liquid. Just want to make sure everybody has enough here. Don't want to be stingy. Now we're going to top each one with one of our pickled jalapenos. Nice quick pickled jalapenos. Wonder how spicy they're going to be. I haven't tasted them yet. Jalapenos to me can be hit or miss. Some are super mild and others will start to melt your face off. Now we're going to crown these. And there we have it. Our spicy pulled beef sliders. I'm only slightly worried about how hot these are going to be, but they're looking great. Let's dive in. All right, so I picked a slider out here. Let's have a taste. That is really nice. Our quick pickled jalapenos are not too hot. Kind of an extra kick after the heat from both the rub, which was that jalapeno hot rub, and the red pepper flakes that we put into our slow cooker. Everything is sort of, if 10 is the hottest and 1 is least hot, this is about a 3.5. So totally tolerable. You could completely up this by putting hotter peppers in here. But this is good. I'm loving this. I really like using that 2-step method where you give the chuck roast a chance to get some smoke, and then it's all done the day before. So the day you're making everything, you just put it in the slow cooker and it finishes up, and really the results are fantastic.